Hi, welcome to Rewrite Your Story, Rewire Your Health. My name is Tami Reagor and I'm a higher self alchemist, author, and speaker. And today I want to talk to you about how stories may be preventing you from having the health story that you wish to have. From yesterday's video, we talked about how your soul story is creating the life that you currently are experiencing in your world. And in this video, I want to talk about a subset of that, which is your health story. Just like your soul story, it has main characters and beliefs and experiences and thought forms that create the structure around it and how you experience it. But much like the soul story, the health story can also be changed so that you are put in control of what your health experience can be based on what you want to experience. And I'll go deeper into what that all means. Just like your soul story, you are the main character in your health story. Your body is listening to your every thought, everything you say about it, whether you think it or you say it, it is listening to you like a giant microphone. So if you're telling stories to yourself, self-talk, or you're talking to others about your health, your body is listening, and it is only going to give you what you're asking for it to do. It does not know good, bad, right, or wrong. It just knows that, hey, this person keeps talking about how he or she has no energy. Well, your body is going to respond with no energy because you keep telling it doesn't have any energy. That's a story. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't real life diseases or symptoms that come with this. This does not replace any type of medical prognosis or a doctor, even a mental health person. This does not replace this. This is just about you understanding that your self-talk and the stories that you're telling yourself are not helping your health journey. Your doctor could give you gold pretty much to be able to totally eradicate whatever it is you suffer with. But if you continue to talk about how you have it, it will make it harder for it to go away because your body thinks that you still want it. And I know this is maybe a strange way to look at this, but you need to. There's all kinds of research. Dr. Bruce Lipton has a book called Biology of Belief, which is a great book to read to really understand this, on how the science has shown that your body is always listening and your body will give you what you focus on. Your body, even though you have all that process like self-talk going on that's telling you, like, let's say you want to lose weight and you're focused on a certain number, and then what you look in the mirror, or you even weigh yourself and you beat yourself up and you say you're overweight and that you overeat, and all those can just attribute to the struggle that you're already having. And I understand it might be hard to shift those stories in the moment, but it's only because there's deeper stories that are running with that. But before you were born, your higher self and source designed your body to be exactly the way it needed to be in this life for whatever soul path that you were supposed to experience in this life. So whatever that is, it was in perfect design. But once you are born, you're exposed to so much information that is so confusing about health, how you should eat, how much weight you should be, what happens after 40 for women, what happens after menopause, what weight loss is, all of this stuff, what foods are bad, what foods are good, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. And it just creates all this stir. But in that, you are accepting some stories into your health story that will not help you have the health that you want to have. Those stories about after 40, you have a hard time losing weight, or you'll have more aches and pains, or you might suffer more muscle loss, whatever it is. Those are stories, and they do not have to be your experience. They do not have to be your experience. I will give you a really good example for this, okay? So, reading glasses. When you get to 40, it's like a rite of passage that you're supposed to get reading glasses. It's like, I don't even understand what that has to do with anything. But I was bound and determined not to have that experience. I've worn glasses for nearsightedness since I was like 13. But when I got to 40, my dad, who is an optician, said to me, well, you're 40, you're going to need reading glasses. And I was just like, nah, not happening. And I changed the stories around that. And I have better vision from the reading glasses perspective than most people my age. I do not need reading glasses, and I'm in my early 50s. So, and I still don't need it. I can read in without light. I don't have any of those problems, but yet my younger siblings do. What's the difference? Well, I changed the stories around this idea that as you age, your eyes lose their ability to be able to read small print, be able to see in lower light. Those are all stories that we have been told that are normal for people to experience after a certain age. That's an example of a story that doesn't help us, and it doesn't help us at all, okay? But we can change it. I changed it, okay? I am currently on a medication for an undiagnosed thing with blood, and that medication, the stories around it is that over time as you take it, you'll have all these other issues. None of them could. And I said no to that too, and I changed all the stories around that. I have not had a single additional issue with taking this medication. It goes in me, it goes out, it doesn't get stored in my tissues, which was a big thing, that it would get stored in your tissues and build over time and cause more issues. I got rid of all of that. I've been on for 10 years. I've not had a problem. My doctor says to me, you're healthy. If I know you weren't on that drug, I would say that you were healthy, because I changed the stories around it. You do not have to experience all of the things that everyone else is saying out there because it's somehow standard living. Like, it's normal for you to live there. Let's talk about stories about aging. All these stories about what happens when you get to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Those are all stories of other people's experiences. They do not have to be yours, and they could potentially preventing you from being able to have the health story or the wellness journey that your soul and higher self actually wants you to have, so that you can do the things that it wants you to do well into your 80s or 90s, if that is what you so choose. So be careful about what are you assuming is true about your health or wellness journey based on other people's stories. They don't have to be true for you. They just don't. And I've seen this so powerful in some of my clients who have totally turned a very potentially disastrous diagnosis into a spontaneous healing thing, because they changed the stories around it and they created their reality around it instead of listening to what the doctors were telling them, including her being laughed at when she told them that this was going to happen. But because she knew in herself that her stories were in alignment with what she wanted, that she would experience that, and that's exactly what happened. And she still doesn't have it. So all of these stories percolating, so many, there's more on here than I could ever go through about the different aspects of your wellness journey and the stories that we all accept as truth. Marketing is a big place, but it's also in magazines, on the TV, and parents, your doctor, their stories do not have to be your experience. People talk about, oh, it's genetic, I inherited from XYZ. Well, that's a story that you get to change. Their suffering does not have to be your life sentence. Your genes turn on and off, they say, based on like stress and what you eat, but it's also the stories that you believe to be true. Okay? Again, I have some notes that I read, so this is a big topic for me, so I want to make sure I get this all in this very small time. Menopause. I just briefly want to talk about this because it's important, and so many stories around that, so much suffering. I will tell you that I've not had any of those because I changed all the stories around it. Doesn't mean that that is going to be necessarily your experience, but if you could lessen it, who wouldn't want that? So what do all these stories actually prevent? I mean, obviously, they prevent you from having the wellness journey that you want, being the weight you want to, maybe being on less medication, feeling better, having more energy, having more clarity, less brain fog. God, the list goes on. Having better sleep, all those things, all these stories just potentially get in the way of that. And the power really is within you to change those, which really excites me. The other thing is it depletes your body's battery. Now, everybody understands, I think, that if you eat food, it is changed into energy, calories, right? But there's actually a much bigger picture here. Your body has an internal battery, like think of like a car battery, okay? And that battery is what fuels all of the processes that your body does in a given day. But it also handles all the natural healing abilities that it is naturally designed to do. Like, if you cut yourself, unless it's like really deep, you need stitches, for the most part, it's going to heal itself. Naturally, you don't have to do anything. Yes, you should probably clean it and all those things, but your body naturally knows how to do it. But as we age, one of the things that can happen is that healing gets either harder or it takes more and more time. Now, I understand that there's some underlying conditions that may make that worse, and I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general. If you're a healthy person and you've noticed that, then there may be something going on with this, okay? So when you're born, this battery is full to the max. This is why when you fell off your bike as a kid or fell out of a tree, even broke your arm or leg, it healed with like no problems because that battery was full, allowing your body the energy it needed in order to do the things that it naturally knows how to do. Even if you break a bone, even though it may not be pretty, your body will heal it. And instead, you should go to a doctor and have it set and all those things. But if you left it alone, it would heal itself. That is its natural ability to do so. But through time, that battery gets depleted, which then prevents your body from being able to do the things that it so easily did as you did as a child. And instead, what happens is it only has enough energy to do the things that it absolutely has to do. Like maybe what is that called? It's not clotting, but scabbing over a wound, but not actually healing it because it has something more important to do in your body. It doesn't have the energy to do both. And this just is like this tumbleweed. It just goes and it goes and it goes, and your battery gets hit or hit after hit after hit after hit. And this battery is one of your tickets back to the wellness that you probably want to experience, okay? But what makes it get so that it doesn't fill itself as well as it's supposed to? Your stories is number one. What you're telling yourself about your health and wellness journey will either increase that battery or decrease it. Because if you are, like I said, if you're focused on like, I don't have enough energy, well then that's something that's going to deplete that battery. But also those stories cause stress. And stress is number 2 on what causes that battery to have issues. Stress is a big thing, especially in the US. We have this go, 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 go mentality, and that in itself wears down that battery. And then we're not getting enough sleep or even rest. It doesn't even have to be sleep, rest, self-care to actually replace the energy that's in that battery so that our body can run efficiently. That's pretty much what it is. And you can kind of think of as a body as a machine. You know, any machine that you have, whether it's a computer, your phone, your car, has a battery that has to be working properly in order for that device to run properly. Now, your computer will run at like quarter battery. Sure, it will, but it's going to be slower than normal. And the same with your car. You don't want to get it that low. Issues start to happen. It does recharge itself, so a car is not necessarily a great example. But everything operates better when it is fully charged, and your battery in your body is no different. With it being fully charged, your body has the ability to do everything it needs to do. Otherwise, it's only going to be able to do certain things. And these could be like digestion, or like healing of skin wounds, or breathing. Those are all things that your body does with this battery. All these things that your body does and we don't even know it does. Like, it does those things. But the healing aspect really gets messed up because it doesn't have the energy to do it. Okay. So one last thing that affects, and I did talk about this, is sleep. Sleep is super important, and it isn't so much the number of hours you get, but how deep a sleep you get. If you're getting, 6 hours and you're never getting into REM sleep or deep sleep, which is where that natural healing ability of your body happens, then you're kind of shorting yourself. That isn't really the case. You don't want quantity of sleep, you want quality sleep. So what can you do about this? What are the things that you can do? Obviously, change your stories. Your stories are key. I changed my stories. I explained some of those examples, and they are key in getting your body to implement different things by changing your story. I shared a couple, and there are many more on things that I've changed in myself. I've helped clients change, and then they've been able to get control over their health in ways that they couldn't. I went through undiagnosed illness for a year, so I'm very passionate about this because my issue wasn't that I had any disease, it was stress. Literally, stress was killing me. So I'm very passionate about this, and I want people to understand that they do have control, and that their body is really talking to them, and that your body's listening. It's just that you are not have the right stories or the right self-talk to get the healing journey that you want. The other thing is get more sleep. Reduce your stress. Take days off. Don't be on the to-do list forever and ever and ever. All those things are just running it dry. Your to-do list will be there tomorrow. It's not going anywhere. So if you can't do the stress and the sleep and the going, because I know a lot of us get stuck in these overthinking loops, which aren't helping. But if you can start to change your stories, you'll start to see even shifts in that. But the other thing that I have added, and many of my other clients have added, is this light therapy product. And this light therapy product is a quarter-size patch. I meant to have one, and I'm sorry I don't. These are used. Anyways, they're a quarter-size patch that you put on your skin, and it stimulates light in your body. It just sends light frequency into your body. And what it does is it stimulates that battery. I know it's hard to see. That battery in your body to give it that energy boost that it needs in order to do the things that it's naturally geared to do. And nothing goes in your body. It's totally patent protected. You wear them for 12 hours. For the most part, you don't even know they're there. And in fact, many times I forget they're there, especially when I wear them on my back. But these patches have been instrumental in helping me get the level of wellness that I want in order to have the body that I want to have as I go into this next level of my own soul journeys and path. So I've been using them for 4 years, and I cannot tell you how many things have changed for me, things that I was told I would have to suffer with my whole life because I had a blood clot I had a DVT 20 years ago, and I had, which is a deep vein blood clot pretty much. And I had all kinds of after effects from that weren't fun. And I was told I would just have to suffer with that was, the thing. And after using the patch, one of the big things that would happen to me is before I had that, I used to exercise all the time, aerobics, Zumba, freaking loved it. After it, I couldn't do it because my legs would throb for days after, and it was not that, exercise burn. This was an entirely different animal. So after using the patches for a period of time, that went away. I can now work out and not have that anymore. And that has given me back my ability to do Zumba and dance and work out and all the things that I wasn't able to do because my body finally had the energy to repair the damage that incident had happened 20 years ago, all by adding a patch. That's what it looks like. Okay. The other thing, I started to use them because 6 months before I started to use them, I poured boiling hot water on my left hand. Fun times. I had a 4th degree burn, and it had scabbed over. I'd been working with a naturopath, and she really helped me. But I wanted the scar to be better because in the summer, I knew that having scar tissue like that, the sun wasn't a good thing. So I said, what do I have to lose? I'll try. 4 years I've been on it. This is what my left hand looks like now. And unless I point it out, you can't see the scar. When I started to wear them, it was the full back of my hand. And if you want to see those pictures, I can totally send them to you so that you can see that is true. And I can show you both my hands. There's no burn scars, okay? I have scars on my body from 20 years ago that have disappeared. And it's all because the patch just boosts that battery so that your body has the energy to do the things that it naturally knows how. The only reason why it doesn't is because it doesn't have the energy to do it. So if you want more information about these wonderful things that are patent protected by a super passionate inventor, then I'm offering a free workshop where I'll go deeper into all of this, start to change some of the stories, but also give you more information about these patches and how they can help you have the body that you want by just boosting your energy. Now, I'm not talking about the fatigue part, but boosting the battery so that your body has the energy it needs to do the things that it naturally knows how to do. And I will tell you that there's other things that happened to me that were very surprising, things that were told from a childhood that I would always have that disappeared quite quickly, which was strange to me. But if you want to know more about what those things are, sign up for the free workshop and I will share with you what those things are. It's too much for this, so I'm not going to share that. But I hope with this that you see that your health journey or wellness or well-being, whatever you want to call it, is not up to someone outside of you. Your body has the tools and it is innately programmed to do this, to be able to have that health, wellness, and well-being journey that you were meant to have based on how Source and your higher self created you. Now, again, if you break a bone or you have, a virus or bacteria, go to a doctor and get medical care. This is not a substitution for that. All I'm telling you is how you can assist your body in getting it to be able to do the things it is naturally designed to do by changing your stories and getting rid of all of the muck that society and marketing have told you about what your health journey is supposed to be. Get rid of all of those so that your body can do the things that it's naturally designed to do. And then by adding this beautiful patch, you can actually enhance that battery so that your body has the energy to implement the new stories that you're activating within your body. Okay. Thank you for listening. Again, down below this video somewhere, there's a link with the free guided meditation to change some of the stories around the wellness journey, as well as a link to the free workshop so you can get more information about this battery that your body has and how that can help you have the wellness that you want, and change some of the stories, but also learn more about this patch and how you can get your hands on them. Okay. Thank you for listening again, and I will talk soon. Bye for now.